Hello, my name is Melissa. Nice to meet you. Today, we are going to learn about the game of chess. We will be answering 4 important questions. What is chess? Where is chess from? What do we need to play chess? And how do we play chess? Let's start. First, let's answer, what is chess? Chess is a board game. It is played between 2 people. The main objective of the game is to trap your opponent's king using strategies. We'll talk more about how to do that later. First, can you help me find my chessboard? Which one of these boards is used for the game of chess? That's right, it's this board. A chessboard has a checkered pattern. For chess, you need 3 things: a chessboard, chess pieces, and an opponent. Sometimes in a tournament, you use a chess timer. Question 2. Where is chess from? Chess was created a long time ago. It is more than 1,500 years old. Can you guess which country chess is from? Let me give you a hint. Do you know this flag? If you said India, you are correct. This is the Indian flag. Chess was created in India during the Gupta Empire. It was originally called Chaturanga. Today, chess is played all over the world. Even computers play chess. In 1997, a computer beat the world's chess champion. Do you know the name of this computer? Its name was Deep Blue. It was the first computer to beat a chess champion. Now that you've learned a little bit about the history of chess, let's do part 1 of our worksheet. Please find part 1, true or false, and read the sentences. If you think the sentence is true, write the letter T. If you think the sentence is false, please write the letter F. I will give you 5 minutes. Please read and write your answers. Then we will review together. Good luck! Welcome back. Let's check your answers. Number 1. Chess was created in England. What do you think? Is the answer true or false? If you said false, you are correct. Do you remember where chess was created? That's right. Chess was created in India. Very good. Number 2. Chess was originally called chaturanga. Is this true or false? True. Very good. Number 3. The main objective is to trap your opponent's king. Is this true? Yes, it is true. The main objective of chess is to trap your opponent's king. That is how you win. Very good. Number 4. Chess is a 4-player game. What do you think? No, that is false. Chess is a 2-player game. Number 5. Deep Blue is a computer that plays chess. Do you think that's possible? If you said true, then you remembered. Very good. The answer is true. Number 6. Chess was created in 1997. What do you think? The answer is false. Remember, chess is very, very old. Good job. Now, let's learn about our next question. What do we need to play chess? Do you remember the parts of a chess set? That's right. We need a chessboard, chess pieces, and one opponent. Let's learn about the chessboard and chess pieces. Chess is played on a chessboard. The pattern of a chessboard is called a checkered pattern. A chessboard is 8 by 8. 8 squares long and 8 squares wide. Do you remember how many people play chess? That's right, chess is a 2-player game, and each player has 16 pieces. But do you think all 16 pieces are the same? No, they are very different. Amongst the 16 pieces, there are 6 kinds of chess pieces. Pawns, rooks, a king, a queen, bishops, and knights. All 6 pieces have different abilities on the chessboard. We will learn 2 or 3 things about each piece, starting with how it moves and how it captures other pieces. And if there are any, we will learn their special rules. First, let's talk about rooks. Rooks look like a castle. Each team has 2 rooks. First, let's talk about how to move your rook. Your rook can move 1 or more squares forward, backwards, to the left, or to the right, as long as they stay in a cross-like pattern. But how do we use our rook to capture other pieces? your opponent's piece is on the path of your rook, then you can take their piece. Next is the bishop. Each player has 2 bishops. Bishops can move in any direction along a diagonal path. For example, a bishop can move 1 or more squares in a diagonal direction. Bishops also capture on a diagonal. This piece has no special moves, but they are extremely useful. Next, let's talk about the queen. Each player has 1 queen. Queens can move in any direction. They also attack in any direction. They are one of the most powerful pieces on your board. Next, let's talk about the knight. Each team has 2 knights. Knights move in an L-like shape. For example, 1 square forward and 2 squares to the left, or 2 squares to the right. Knights are the only piece on a chessboard that can skip other pieces. For example, if your knight is here and would like to move here, it can move 1, 2. Next, let's talk about the pawn. Each player has 8 pawns on their team. Pawns can only move forward. The first move a pawn makes can either be 1 or 2 squares forward. Every move after the first move must only be 1 square. Pawns are the only piece that attack different from how they move. For example, a pawn cannot attack forward. It must attack on a diagonal. Let's talk about our final piece, the king. Each team only has 1 king. Kings move 1 square at a time, but a king can move in any direction. Kings capture the same way they move, in any direction and 1 square at a time. The objective of chess is to trap your opponent's king. When you trap your opponent's king, you say, checkmate. What does it mean to trap? Trap is when the king can't move anywhere that is safe. For example, next, let's talk about check. Check is when your king is in a square where it can be attacked. If your king is in danger, you have to move it on your next turn. Which picture shows a king in check and which picture shows a king that is in checkmate? On the left, you have checkmate. On the right, you have check. Now it's time for worksheet part 2. On your worksheet, part 2, label each chess piece with its name and the direction that it moves. I will give you 5 minutes. Good luck! Now, let's review worksheet part 2. The first picture you see is of a horse. Do you know the name of this chess piece? That's right. This chess piece is called a knight. Now, which letter represents how this piece moves? That's right. The letter D. The knight moves in an L-shaped pattern. Next, our next piece looks like a castle. Do you remember the name of this chess piece? That's right. This piece is called a rook. Now, which letter represents how this chess piece moves? Very good. The letter F. The rook moves in a cross-shaped pattern. Very good. Next, let's look at the smallest piece on the chessboard. Do you remember the name? Very good. This piece is called the pawn. Now, which letter represents how the pawn moves? Did you say A? Then you are correct. Pawns can only move one square forward, or on its first move, where it has the option of 1 or 2 moves. The next piece is wearing a crown. Do you remember the name of this important chess piece? That's right. This piece is called the queen. Which letter represents how this chess piece moves? Very good. The letter C. Queens can move in any direction on the board. This is our second to last piece. Do you remember the name? Did you say bishop? That is correct. This piece is called the bishop. Which letter represents how the bishop moves? Very good. The letter B. Bishops move in a diagonal pattern. Now, our final piece. Do you know the name of the last piece? Very good. Our last piece is called the king. How does the king move on the chessboard? Very good. The letter E shows that the king can move in any direction, but remember, only one square at a time. This brings us to the final part of our video. How do we play chess? I will show you how to set up your chessboard and give you some useful tips for beginners. First, can you cut out your chess pieces? I will give you 5 minutes. When you're ready, we'll return. Do you have all your pieces cut out? Good. Let's start setting up our chessboard. Each chess piece has a starting point on the chessboard. First, let's begin with our pawns. Do you remember how many pawns you have on your team? That's right, there are 8 pawns. Each pawn fills the second to last row on your chessboard. The back or the last row is where you will put your rooks, knights, bishops, king, and queen. Let's start with the farthest squares. This is where you will place your rooks. In the next square is where you place your knights. After your knights, you will place your bishops. The final 2 pieces, the king and the queen, are placed in the center. If you are starting with black pieces or non-white pieces, your queen is on the right side. If you are starting with the white pieces, your queen is on the left side. Now, let's talk about tips for playing chess. Chess is a game about strategy. Here are some tips to help you develop good beginner strategy. Tip 1. Always think 3 moves into the future. Tip 2. Try to develop all your pieces. Tip 3. Never leave your king alone. Tip 4. Take your time and always think about your next move. And finally, the most important tip, have fun. Now that you are all set up and you have a few tips to start playing chess, are you ready to play? Pair up with a classmate or your teacher. Each player should choose one color piece that they will play with. How do you determine who will go first? In chess, the white piece usually moves first. In today's class, the winner of rock, paper, scissors will go first. I hope you had fun learning about chess with me today. Continue to practice and play with your friends. Goodbye!